Hi guys, welcome to So Janelle. I'm your host Janelle. So this is the last week of the month of March, and then we move on to the month of April. April is Autism Awareness Month, as well as Child Abuse Prevention Month. And so we have a story on that for you later on in the program. But right about now, we are going to cap off our month-long features on Pinay Powers, the power of women, as we celebrate, commemorate Women's History Month for the month of March. We featured Power Pinay Behind the Kitchen with Chef Valerie Archer. We followed that up with Power Pinay's Behind the Lens with filmmakers Ida Del Mundo and Marie Hamora. And as well, we followed that up with Power Pinay in the Community, featuring real estate investor Jennifer Taylor, who is using her resources in order to help our community, sitting on several boards for Filipino-American organizations. And of course, last week we featured a compilation of several Filipinas giving their thoughts and advice on what it's like to be a Power Pinay. All the segments are now on YouTube, where we are always on. For now, we're gonna cap off, as I said earlier, our month-long features on Pinay Power with not just a story of Pinay Power, it's also a story of disability and ability. Joining us from New York is our correspondent, Elton Lugay, with his story and interview with Jessica Cox. So inspiring.
Welcome to New York.
Thank
my
you.
God, this
Thank
is,
you for the reception.
Thank you so much. This is a historic flight from Arizona to JFK. And how long is the flight?
Well, if you want an idea of how long it took to get this plane, it took 5 days just to get it to New Jersey. And then yesterday I came in with Glenn, my former flight instructor. We flew the last leg in from New Jersey, and that was only 30 minutes. But it took basically 6 days, if you want an accurate
Altogether.
account. Yeah. We do one major trip a year, yes, because it is a lot involved. This one cruises at 90 miles per hour. So that means that we are literally going the speed of like maybe a car. Because it's an old airplane, it doesn't go as fast as you think of airplanes, and you know they're able to go fast. But this plane cruises at 90 miles per hour. So you're going maybe 4 hours max, and then you land and fuel up again. As much as I love vintage, it's interesting how I ended up this being the plane for me. And meaning this plane has not been modified. This particular model is what allows me to fly with no restrictions. I fly with the standard controls. And mind you, some of these instruments are very old, you know, from the 40s.
It's quite challenging.
Yeah, so it's this particular plane is what I'm certified to fly. As you know, this month is Women's History Month, and I knew that we needed to get the message out, not only about women, but children with disabilities. And so it was an opportunity to fly it in because I have a speech here. So I speak, and I've been speaking in 27 countries now around the world. This was an opportunity because I had to speak here at the JFK hotel called TWA. I'm speaking there next week. And the company that's hiring me to speak, Sita Aero, they invited me to come out and said, why don't you bring out your airplane, since it's part of your nonprofit and some of the work that you do to inspire children and others in aviation. So they invited me, and we had to take that journey. It was an invitation, and we had to take it up.
Okay, yes, you had a question? How many years did it take to learn how to fly? Well, as you all can see, I don't have any arms. So for me, it took a lot longer to learn how to fly because no one had ever done that before.
When children light up, first of all, they know, oh, you don't have arms. So it's like this, like, how do you do everything? And the moment I tell them, they have this like awe and this sense of revelation, like, wow, you can do something differently. And I hope that stays with them for the rest of their life, to recognize Growing up, I had a mentor who also didn't have arms, and it changed my life. She wasn't a pilot, but the fact that she was living life, doing what she wants to do without anything holding her back, that inspired me.
We got to meet a woman who's a pilot who has no arms but can fly a plane. And it was really interesting to learn about her and her journey through learning how to fly the plane and controlling everything. It's really amazing. I've learned how this amazing woman could do wonderful things because just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't do it. You can't follow your dreams.
One of the greatest fears when I meet with children with the airplane is the scary thought of being up in the sky. But I share that same feeling. Flying was my greatest fear. And I thought, what better way to get over it than to just do it? And that for me has been my message. Even if you're afraid to do something, even if something's a little scary or, you still do it and you overcome it. And that's what I like to share with that child who says, I'm scared of flying.
Believe you can fly.